Scene one, Apple, take one.
What time is it?
You want to get high?
That's right.
You got me smoking, you got me smoking, you got me smoking, smoking, you got me smoking, you got me smoking, you got me smoking. It's a motherfucking podcast.
What is up, everyone? And thank you for clicking that play button and welcome into Oops Caught Me Smoking. We are back from our 3-week hiatus. Had some personal things going on, so we had to deal with that. But in the meantime, we are here. And today we have a very, very special guest. Let's bring up this thing go on. Where is it? There it is. Let's bring him up. We have Unc Freeway Shiddy Slim on tonight. So look forward to that. But first, before we get to him, let's show you guys what I'm smoking on real quick.
The Gelato high is super calming in nature, with effects that will leave you dazed and peaceful for hours and hours on end. The high starts with a lifted effect that fills your mind with deep cerebral relaxation before spreading its warming tendrils throughout the rest of your body. You will feel euphoric and totally at ease, without any mental or physical aches or pains to speak of. Gelato is said to be perfect for treating conditions such as chronic pain, depression, insomnia, chronic fatigue, and muscle spasms or cramps. Gelato, also called Dosilato, originated from the breeder, cookie family, and is a cross between gelato and Dos. It's an indica-dominant hybrid that is reported to help you relax, without heavily sedating you, making it perfect for when you want to chill and watch a movie, play a game, or read. It has a moderate THC level, ranging from 23 to 26%, making it a great choice for any level of consumer. Gelato has been reported to smell piney, musky, and sweet, which makes sense given both its parents are named after desserts. It's reported to taste fruity and sweet, as well.
So here he is, everyone. Thank you for watching that beautiful weed footage. Hope you enjoyed it. And here to my right, I don't know how you guys are looking at it, but to my right is Uncle Shiddy Slim from Freeway Millionaires Club. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, nephew, what's going on, man? Stand encouraged. Man, that marijuana looks so good, I don't know if it looked like ice cream, like you could lick it or something.
It tastes pretty good. It's a little musky and minty.
Delicious, man.
That's right. That's what we try to do here on Oops Caught Me Smoking, try to give these people a little bit of insight of what I'm smoking on. Maybe they can go out and buy it themselves if it helps them medically, or if they just want to get a little stoned. That's okay. That's all right. But go ahead and take a minute and tell these people who you are and what you do.
Hey out there, everybody. This is Uncle Shiddy, Norm Tillman, of the infamous Freeway Boys, Freeway Rick and all the guys. I'm out in LA, heavily involved in the cannabis industry and the hemp industry. We got Freeway Cannabis, Freeway Hemporium, which deals primarily with CBD. And, that's the weed that doesn't get you stoned. And but it's amazing for everything else, from pain to helping to strengthen your immune system. Oh yeah, I don't solve no problem. The disclosure, but we all know that marijuana and hemp are two of the most amazing products on the face of the earth. So used to be, just turned 62, nephew, and used to be a little wild and crazy with it, but of course, over time you get a little knowledge and a little wisdom, and you try to come up out of that. So now I'm just strictly into trying to help people who have a passion for wanting to learn more about marijuana and hemp, and if they're getting involved just for common knowledge or from an entrepreneur standpoint, I try to help and share information with them about that. So
nice. Now, some people don't know the difference between hemp and THC, or CBD and THC, or like what's in hemp. Hemp is like I think 0.06% THC, so there's barely nothing in it.
Correct.
Really any THC in it. So go ahead and clear the way for these people that don't know the difference between CBD and THC.
Okay, well, CBD, I ain't got no teeth and I can barely pronounce my own name, but THC, that long word, tetrahydrochloride, whatever it is, that's the
Yeah.
thing that exists in marijuana that gets you high or alters your state of consciousness, if you will. So CBD conversely does none of that, but it still affects your body and your nervous system the same way. It just mellows you out. I smoke CBD, and every once in a while, if I'm a little anxious or just not feeling so cool, I'll take a couple of hits of weed and I feel a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do love how marijuana is now getting to that point where a lot of people are taking like that take prescription drugs like Vicodin and like oxycodone or oxycontin and or anything like that for like try to deal with everyday life situations like pain and all that stuff and migraines and everything. And weed is a good substitute. Like not really a substitute. It is like basically way better for you and not as addictive. And it's not going to tear up your liver. Like you're not going to have problems later on in life. Maybe you might have a cough. I mean, the whole lung cancer thing is still a possibility, but in all, marijuana is probably the gateway out of opiates. For everyone that has problems with opiates out there, put those down. Smoke some weed. That's all I have to
Absolutely.
say.
Well, the cannabinoid system which exists in human beings, marijuana is cannabinoid, and it's a perfect complement to the human body.
Mm-hmm.
So and never ever will you ever hear about somebody dying from marijuana addiction. You're just not going to never hear that. That's a story that's never going to be heard. So hopefully, as people become, the taboo about marijuana becomes less and less prominent, and people, because people, COVID did one thing. It made people really begin to effectively research health. What does that really mean? They became really more focused on what they consume, what you put into your body, what you expose yourself to. So everyone's becoming more conscious and aware of like I'm not vax. I'm a non-vax. So I choose to take the posture of natural immune resistance.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So and I use a lot of hemp, a lot of marijuana. I got it in everything that I own, from my lotion to my soap to my beard products it's just amazing all of the different things that you can infuse hemp into, and THC. And not
Exactly.
only that, but hemp, you can make hemp rope, you can make hempcrete. That's like concrete made out of hemp that
Mm-hmm.
you build houses with.
Yep.
That it won't catch mold and all kinds of things. So I'm just learning a lot of stuff. I really wanted to bring more of what we call the freeway factor to the process of helping people to identify whether or not, in fact, they really are they really do have what it takes to be an entrepreneur, because as that's way easier to say than it is to do.
Oh,
So,
100%.
yeah, if you're not completely and totally dedicated and focused, and primarily if you don't have a passion for it, your level of success is not saying that that's going to make you fail, but your level of success will be in direct correlation with the level of passion that you have for the thing that you're being an entrepreneur at, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are independent, in the streets, we call it a hustler. So if you're a hustler, then you try as best as you can, especially if your consciousness is such that you don't want to contribute to a person destroying their health. You want to contribute to a person enhancing their health and their knowledge of their health and the things that can help them to enhance their health situation. You know, whether they're diabetic or, you know, they have high blood pressure or whatever it is, and other, you know, psychological type things. Because as you can see from the little tennis girl, Osaka, and a lot of other athletes, Simone Biles, you know, they're beginning to speak out about mental, you know, stress and anguish. Yeah, that's what's so exciting to me. Yeah, Rick just brought me the thing. It's called The Night in Havana. So they all in there, you know, dressed up. And before I get out,
nice.
Shout out to my nephew Lamar, heavily involved in the Freeway Millionaires Club. And
yes, sir. He was
a wonderful little dude. And also my nephew Jay, who finally talked me into doing what do you call it? The Instagram live with him. Show that we call Kicking It with Uncle Shiddy and Nephew Jay. So we do that every Wednesday at 5:00. So a lot of new exciting stuff going on, man. You know, I just turned 62, so I'm just happy and thrilled to death because as a young man, I was given an opportunity, albeit it was a bad opportunity, to participate in the distribution of that poison. And to see now young people, because, you know, back then, you know, the word on the streets was, don't get high on your own supply. But now I see young men and women of all races, cultures, creeds, you know, so forth and so on, collectively making money with marijuana while at the same time using marijuana. How they say, I'm not only the hair club president, I'm a member. So yeah, I'm real excited about seeing the opportunities because, you know, knowledge and information, college isn't the only place where you can attain that, you know?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So most people don't know is that people who like mostly go to college are not street smart. Most people that are street smart are, I think, in my opinion, are better off in the world because they're not cloaked like the rest of them, like I like to say.
Yeah, well, if you're not exposed, you know, we were born in financial circumstances. You know, our economic situation was dire when we were shorties, you know?
Yep.
So we tried to be kids, and, you know, when you're a child, you have that childlike naivete before you know, become more experienced in life and, you know, you go and see things, you realize that your neighborhood is so much smaller than you thought it was. You thought it was huge until, you know, we played tennis. So we got to travel around and see other communities and see how other people were living. And it was like, wow. So that was one of the things that made me push so hard when I was playing tennis to practice harder and exercise and try and stay in shape. But as you know, becoming a professional athlete is way easier to say than it is to do.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So
now when you said you dabbled, you like the smoked on the CBD strains. Do you also do like the drops or the gummies or anything like that?
I do the gummies.
Yep.
I do the drops. Yeah, I got tincture drops. I got massage oil. I got vape pens. I got everything that you can have in CBD. I got it. Everything.
Nice. Yeah, I love to dabble in those gummies. I love my CBD gummies.
Oh, the gummies is the best. They are the best.
Yeah. Exactly.
They are.
Yeah, I take mine every day with my multivitamin, so it's great. It's great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a multivitamin in and of itself. So
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Now I wanted to try to get you to tell a little bit of stories about some of the crazy stuff you used to do back in the day. Because as you guys all know, like the whole show Snowfall and everything like that, it's pretty much based around Freeway Rick Ross and the Freeway Boys. So like it's pretty much their story that John Singleton pretty much got what he needed out of the story, and then pretty much went off on his own thing. So, and extravagant a little bit. But I just wanted to see if you wanted to share a couple of stories from back in your heyday.
Well, all I can say about that is, prior to me being involved in distributing that poison, I was a full scholarship athlete at the Citadel Military Academy. Mm-hmm. After I had served 3 years in the Marine Corps I joined the Marine Corps in 1980, because at that time, when I assessed, because the tennis didn't, at that point in time, I just couldn't afford to continue to pursue that career at that time. So, I said, well, maybe if I step back, join the Marine Corps, had a conversation with my parents and everything, say, join the service for a minute and take a little bit of the financial pressure off. And it'll give me a chance to really get my body in shape, because I can eat better and, get better rest and do all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But after I got my scholarship, and I was a number 2 tennis player in all branches of the service. So after I got my scholarship, I was at school on the tennis team, and our school was an all-male school. So there were no females at our school. And at this time, I'm like 24. I'm not like really college student age. I'm a grown man. Mm-hmm. And I'm married. So, there were other what they call veteran students at the Citadel, and we used to go over to the College of Charleston, because Citadel is in Charleston, South Carolina. So correct. We would go over to the College of Charleston. That's where all of the females were, and we would play pickup basketball. Mm-hmm. So I accidentally, had an accident, sprained my ankle, and got suspended from the tennis team, which caused me some financial hardship. So I called my mom and said, Mom, I need some bread. And she was like, son, call Rick. Now keep in mind, when I had left 4 years ago, when I joined the Marine Corps, when I left, I knew that Rick and a lot of the homies weren't literate. Mm-hmm. That didn't have anything to do with our friendship. It didn't matter to me. We were friends. So, that was, hey, we, some of us were great at some things, and some of us were great at other things. And we didn't put we didn't hate on each other for any kinds of reason. So, but I knew that if my instincts were saying that if I stayed in that environment, something bad was going to happen. So I joined the Marine Corps. Okay. And when I called my mom after my incident and told her, Mom, I'm broke, send me some bread, and she said, call Rick. I was like, call Rick for what? When I left, Rick was illiterate. I said, what, did Rick go to school? Or, what are you saying? She said, dude, call Rick. So I called Rick, and long story short, got to California, saw what he was doing, applied some of the information that I learned from being in college, and made $1 million in like 6 months by my birthday. I got back in like maybe May, March. Got back to LA about March. Mm-hmm. By September, I had $1 million cash, and decided, why am I going back to school?
Right.
So, and in the meantime, and in between time, I don't think any of us, we were so focused on, first of all, obviously not getting caught and getting incarcerated, but secondly, also the competition of it all, because I'm a competitive person just by nature. Anything you want, we can have a contest to see who can snap their finger the loudest, or whatever it is. Right? That's just the way we were raised.
Right.
So we were competing to see who could make the most money the fastest, and we were using whatever creative entrepreneurism that we had learned from Sidewalk University to implement to help us to become successful at selling that poison faster. And we weren't even thinking about the effect that was having on not only our culture, but just humanity in general.
Right.
So, yeah. Fast forward 40 years later, my entire family is deceased. I'm from, my DNA is that of people who suffer from the disease of addiction. Because, it's not just about cocaine. It's not
Right.
just about meth. It's not just about heroin. You can be addicted to chasing money. You can be addicted to, I mean, so many things, you know? So the disease of addiction, I ultimately quit selling cocaine and became a drug treatment counselor. And
Oh, nice.
went back to Chicago, to the Chicago Housing Authority. One of my sheroes, a lady named Dr. Carol Adams, gave me an opportunity to go back to school and get a certificate in drug treatment referral counseling, not actual counseling, but she had received a grant from the United States government to pay for treatment beds, which, as you know, are very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So she had some prepaid treatment beds that we could refer residents of the Chicago Housing Authority to for the purpose of them getting clean. And here's the irony behind that. I was the #1 referral agent for the organization, and most of the people that I was referring to those drug treatment facilities were relatives and friends of the customers that I had that I was the connect. I was the person who prior to me being a counselor, I was selling them all the drugs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How did, like, when you found that out, how did that, like, make you feel? Like
Well, you know,
very
unless
remorseful,
you're trying
or
to get me to cry and you want me to say
oh no, I
something.
don't want that to happen, sir.
Yeah, so I try
wow.
not to think about it too much. You know, I wake up every day knowing that I would literally give up my life just to, you know, hug my mom or tell my little sister happy birthday. You know, my little brother got killed when he was 22. My little sister was only 24. So, and I know my mom died of a broken heart for having preceded 2 of her children in death. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's very, very
a hard
sad.
pill to swallow. But a lot of families are suffering through similar circumstances. I still get messages and emails and text messages from people who were children back in the day, and their parents. I was selling their parents that poison, and you know, they tell me, you know, you ruined my life and stuff like that. So, yeah,
Wow.
I feel like Pookie. I feel like Chris Rock in that movie New Jack City when Ice-T told him, you owe, Pookie, you owe. You know, you did a lot of messed up stuff in the community and you got to pay back, bro.
Right.
So that's what I'm on. You know, I'm putting together something I'm calling my remorse and redemption tour. When I get it all put together, I'm gonna come back on the show and we're gonna share that.
Oh, hell yeah. You're welcome back
I
anytime,
wanna
anytime.
go all over the country, talk to the young men and women who, you know, don't realize that all of that energy that you use, all of that creative imagination that you use to do illegal stuff, man, you apply all of that energy to doing positive legal stuff. You know, marijuana is becoming really, really like legal everywhere.
Everywhere.
So, you know.
Yep. Ohio just decided to open up their gates to marijuana too. So they're not, I believe they're also medical and recreational. Don't quote me on that, but I do believe they're also medical and recreational. And that just happened not like a few weeks ago, I guess.
Wow.
So yeah, shout out to Ohio out there.
I mean, look, here's an example of it. I mean, look at you. You gotta, you know, you're doing this show based on marijuana. And you're imparting very useful information, very critical information. And pat yourself on the back here. I'm gonna pat. Now that's for you.
Pat it for me.
That was a pat on your back. There you go.
Thanks, sir. But yeah, that's what we try to do here is try to spread information on medical marijuana. I do that through my beautiful weed footage, as you've seen earlier, and I try to have as many many guests in the cannabis industry as I possibly can on this show, just to tell people the facts about it, because you can see what you want on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and none of it's 100% true. So most of it's not
true. Exactly.
Right. Exactly. So it's good to get the information straight from the source, and that's what we try to do here. And also we try to liven things up with some comedy and some music and all that good stuff too. So we try to switch it up every now and then.
Exactly. And I know any number of people who, you know, man, they could wrap circles around me in terms of, the in-depth understanding that they have about cannabis. And what I'll do is I'll reach out to them and reach out to you and see if you'd be interested in wanting to have them come on the show so you can get an even more broader perspective on, marijuana. Not all people who support marijuana. You have to show both sides of the coin. Everybody not with it. So you want to have that debate. You see what I'm saying? You got the vaxxed and the unvaxxed. But the thing that we as human beings have to understand is that we have to be able to agree to disagree.
Yes.
Everything you say, I'm not going to agree with it. Everything I say, you're not going to agree with it. But at least we can be mature and humane and just intelligent enough to understand that we all have different points of view. We all have different perspectives on things. There is no one opinion,
Right.
But that's how we broaden our own knowledge, is that we share information with people, and we may understand something to be a certain thing or have a definition of something, and then have someone else say something about that same subject matter and it be different. And you get that aha moment, like, whoa, I hadn't thought about it like that. Wow, that's interesting. You see what I'm saying? So,
exactly. Like, could you imagine if everyone in the world just had the exact same thoughts and the exact same mind frame?
It'd be boring as hell.
Yeah, we'd all be doing the exact same job at the exact same time at the exact same day every single day.
We'd be robots.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Now, I don't want to hold you too much because I know you got some fun stuff to get to.
Yeah, I'm fixing to get on over here to the little party and see if I can get me a couple of cocktails in me and crack some jokes, and you know what I'm saying? And
that's right.
Wink and blink at a couple of them women. I hope to God, my bark is way worse than my bite. My bite used to be kind of decent, but it ain't nothing now. Not just because I ain't got no teeth either. I'm just old and just don't really care. But I'm an avid golfer. That's kind of where most of my energy goes. It's something that kind of keeps me grounded, and because it's a very difficult. If you know anybody that plays golf, they'll tell you, golf ain't no joke, dude.
It's hard.
It's way harder than it looks, and way more actually interesting to do. The people who say it looks boring or whatever, well, you have to really be kind of anal in terms of competitiveness. If you have a real competitive streak about you, golf is that thing that will really get your attention, because you ain't gonna never beat it. But you're gonna keep telling yourself that you can. But it's not gonna happen. Golf been beating butt since the beginning of the flick, kid.
Yep, exactly. Who's your favorite golfer, real quick?
Come on, man. Tiger
Woods, of course.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Tiger, we all make, life is about choices, and we all make, our choices. And some of them, get us into trouble, and some of them don't. But that's the learning experience. So, it is what it is, man. But yeah, let me get on out of here. Shout out to my man. Oops.
Yep.
Call me smoking again.
That's right.
I want to shout out to my man Lamar, nephew, my nephew Jay, my podcast, Kicking It with Unc Shiddy and Nephew Jay on Wednesdays, the IG Live. And of course, my main man, Freeway Rick, my dude. And I see your nephew Jay. He just left a comment. We're gonna blow this thing up, man. And I might refer back to you just to get some insight on how to keep my thing organic and keep it wonderful. And then I'm gonna get you on the show one day too.
Hey, I'd be more than honored to be a guest on that show. But
man.
But thank you very much for coming on to the show and spilling some information for us and telling us a little bit of stories. And you're welcome back anytime you want. And this is Oops Caught Smoking, everybody. We are here every Saturday night at 9:00 Eastern time, but you can also check me out on Mondays and Fridays on The Real Boys, the movie TV review podcast. We are live this Monday at 8:00, and you can also check out Bet That with Dan and Jerry every Thursday night at 9 p.m. EST. And while you're out there searching the web, go and check out the Oops Caught Me Smoking store and cop yourself some merch. Oops Caught Me Smoking sweatshirts, t-shirts, $15 a t-shirt, $30 for hoodies. And all my proceeds will be donated to St. Jude's Children's Research and Hospital. So grab a shirt, save a life. That's all I have to say. And thank you guys for watching. And we'll get back to you next Monday. I believe next Monday we have Droopy M coming on to drop some new music for us. So, or next Saturday, next Saturday, Droopy M. So be there, 9 o'clock Eastern time. And if you guys liking the show on YouTube, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe. Ring a ding ding that bell so you don't miss an episode. And we out. Later. Peace.
Scene 1, Apple, take 1.
What time is it?
You wanna get high?
That's right.
You caught me smoking. You caught me smoking. Smoking. You caught me smoking. You caught me smoking. You caught me smoking. It's a motherfucking podcast.